affirmations and intentions, spiritual uplifting, healing. Just it's everything to try to get y'all on a spiritual journey to betterment.
Right.
So
and just becoming one with yourself, like that's the first step.
Gotta take care of yourself. Gotta own up to yourself. Accountability is number one.
Crazy how like stones have these powers. So I'm very intrigued and interested because I have seen like multiple like entrepreneurs like yourself that have business that do stones and crystals and wear the earrings and jewelry. So I just like want to get the whole background history behind it. So we're gonna get into all of that. But before we do that, I want to do a little Facebook shout out because fall is here. Okay, it's officially
chilly mornings.
Fall. Do you like the fall? You like?
I do. I do.
Some people like get the hoodies, get the boots.
That's what it's about, though.
Yeah.
I don't wear
my favorite season is summer, particularly.
I understand.
Just wear what you want. But welcome fall, okay? So, any Libras that you know that you want to like give a shout out to before I do my Facebook shout outs?
You put me on the spot for birthdays. I'm not a big guy with numbers right now.
You don't have no friends. No Libras, okay? But they are the most balanced sign of them all. That's what they say. They got the whole scale and they kind of laid back. That's debatable.
The mature ones.
Okay.
The mature ones.
I feel like it's a behind story behind
There's a progression in life. You'll come into your real meanings of signs and stuff.
Okay.
As you get older.
Yeah, signs. I do think sometimes the people do fit the signs, and you gotta be careful which sign they have. The dark moon, the sun moon.
Always said I'm an epitome of a Scorpio. So.
Oh, you a Scorpio? Mm-hmm. Okay, y'all coming up next. Okay, my sister's a Scorpio. I got a couple of friends, best friends too. So on my Facebook shout out, Tesla man from North County. Shout out, bruh. Happy birthday to you, Taylor Carter, Cloud Montana. Happy birthday, Ramisha Galloway and Tiffany Carlton. Happy birthday to all my Libras. Shout out to my homegirl Nadia Sunflowers. Happy birthday, we turning up this weekend. Yo, so I don't got a lot of Libra friends. I got a good one. So that's cool. All right, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I don't think they bad people. They just
absolutely not. Nobody's bad people.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Nobody's circumstantial.
We ain't gonna go that far. But I haven't had a bad experience with a Libra. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So welcome to cuffing season. Are you cuffed up? Nah. It's sticky. It's iffy. It's cuffing season. No. You don't want to stay single and not single on your Lil Wayne tips?
On my Lil Wayne tips.
All the way.
All the way.
Why you don't want to be cuddled up?
It's not I don't want to. It's just about divine timing. I'm going to put it that way.
Okay.
It's about divine timing.
Elaborate a little bit.
Okay.
Like, what are you referring to?
We're getting personal here.
Okay. That's why you in the house, baby.
That's fine. All right. So I just finished a 3-year roller coaster ride. Like not Six Flags. We talking like Cedar Point Park roller coasters. Maybe like Japan.
Vivian Green emotional roller coaster song.
Right.
Okay. I'm with you.
I had to woosah from that.
Right.
And I'm enjoying my freedom right now.
And that's okay.
I'm enjoying my freedom. So yes, I'm not trying to get cuffed or cuff.
When I be cuffed.
I think I'm just enjoying myself right now. I got priorities to take care of.
Okay, focus on me, right? On you.
2 boys, school, work.
Shout out to that. Shout out to fatherhood. You feel me? So yeah, I'm not expect that all day, every day. You ain't gotta be forced to be, in a relationship. Relax, get back to what you want.
What's
But guess who did get married? It's me and you. Now my
girl. Is
that
right?
Cassie.
Is that right?
She said after Diddy.
Okay.
No, it's been forever. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her because she was with Diddy for like 1,800 years. That dude was never going to marry her. Period. Okay, never had any intention. Now he with what? Lord Harvey now? Now he the next R. Kelly.
You about to say, wasn't that his son, ex girl? What was the thing about?
Oh,
wait, am I starting something? Wait. I don't know names. I just know I saw something and it was like Diddy's dating.
Was that it?
That's his son's ex-girl. All right, yeah.
Oh my God, I missed that too. That's so that's crazy. So Cassie is finally married to Alex Fine, and shout out to them for tying the knot. Do you believe in marriage? Do you want to get married one day? I'll talk about marriage.
That's a deep question right there. I can get into a whole thing about that, but I don't know
I
if you got time for it, boy.
Yeah,
you have to invite me back for that one. That's a whole topic. But in general, do I believe in it? Yes, I absolutely do.
Okay.
I aspire to be married. It's just the confounds of marriage when it comes to the state I don't agree with.
Okay. So we had, like I said, we had a show about common law versus legal marriage. So shout out to that for your opinion. So in other news, black youngster is
just arrested. Saw him in concert. The little Cardi B joint that was here.
He's arrested.
For what?
He's in jail.
for being him?
So what happened was, that's how you guys start off. So what happened was, okay, they was in Houston, riding dirty.
Okay.
Yo, why? Because he was just doing good. Okay, anyway, they was in Houston, him and his homeboy, and they ran a red light. Why would you run a red light in Houston, knowing that like that's not even your city, that's not even your hometown, like knowing what you got in the car? The police pulled them over. Found exactly marijuana, okay, and 3 guns. I'm like, 3 pistols.
Can we be real for a second?
Oh my God.
What person in the industry are we? I mean, we gonna act like we know that when you know they're carrying multiple things. It's the culture. I mean,
3 of them.
You do. I'm not gonna take the responsibility away from them. They're supposed to be responsible. But you know for sure, in every camp, they got at least one.
But my thing is, if you know you that hot, drive safe. Like, why are you gonna make it more hot for you to be hot? Like,
maybe you thought the city had your back. I don't know if you thought the city had his back or not, but
now he's charged with a felony possession.
Okay, so I'm a proud black gun owner, Second Amendment. So I'm trying to figure out why can't we just, really work towards all of these brothers getting legal with their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Because they don't want to get for real caught up in some shit, and then somebody got that gun.
I ain't say you couldn't have on the side
fingerprints, but, and then you in jail for real. So I don't know.
You gotta be smart about it, but getting more of us armed up legally is definitely that's a thing that's gotta happen. Gotta happen.
You got a little 9mm on the side, legal license. That's what's up, man. Go to a gun range every couple of days. That's what's up, man.
That's part of my job. I gotta maintain, gotta keep up. That's history. That's what I do.
Speaking of history, the Old Town Mall just
But why did say the mayor was there?
And y'all think a truck did it? No. What? Somebody set that shit on fire. I talked about this on my show.
Thank you.
Diamond, please tell these kids.
Didn't they just buy the area up around it? They just bought up the property around it.
Thank you.
Everything is planned. Everything is planned.
I'm trying to have this show for the reason, you guys. You need to tune in because I'm trying to get y'all the keys. I just had a whole show. And now look what happened. It's no way it got burnt up twice. Like, we repeating history? For real? Like, literally? Like, nah, bruh. The mayor's down there. Doing what? Nothing. That's crazy.
CYA. That's what that is. CYA. She wanted to make sure everything went according to plan.
Right. All right, now I'm going to use this space.
Because them books failed, ma'am.
Yo.
Them books failed.
Scandal,
so
bro.
Now you got to get right.
Yo, rest in peace, Old Town, man. Rest in peace, Old Town rules. Hey. Anyway, tonight, up at Euphoria is Night Bait. it's the season grand finale for the LGBT community. We're going up as Jean and Plaid. So for those who are not familiar, In My Lane and Dreamer is definitely hosting the like fall into autumn premiere tonight. Is from 8 to 1 at Euphoria, 1301 Parker Street. So come through. Ladies free before 9, I believe, and get your little happy hour drink, turn up. Everybody come through. So I don't know what you're doing there. If you want to come through, probably I'm gonna slide through in there, do my little 2-step. But you got your boys.
Would love to. Oh, I ain't got him tonight. Shout out to Mom. Thanks, Mom. It was her night anyway.
It's a village.
But nah, it's homework, man. I'm telling you.
That's
this education shit is. I gotta get it done.
Discipline.
Gotta get it done.
Discipline. You gonna get all A's this year. You gotta speak it. Look, I ain't saying all that. You going too far anyway.
You give me a solid B, I'll be good in one of these classes.
Hey man, that's you, bro. As long as you try your best, that's all we can ask for. All right, so we're gonna get straight into the topic. It's all about financial freedom. In your opinion, right? What is financial freedom to you? Like, what does it looks like?
Financial freedom. Financial freedom for me personally would be to be debt free.
Right.
To have savings, emergency funds, cushions, whatever you want to call it, and gotta have it so that it is able to sustain a living past me working, you know, and then also be able to carry over to my kids.
Right.
Now, hopefully grandkids. You know what I'm saying? Something for them. God, that's financial freedom. Not having to be tied down to a job.
Right.
To have to work to depend on the Social Security system. You know what I'm saying? Because when our parents was doing it 65, now we doing what, 70?
Yeah,
By the time we get there, it'll be like 70, 75. So I don't think I want to keep working that long.
Exactly. Especially for somebody else, right?
We're paying into it. Everybody's paying into it, and they had the whole thing about it not lasting for a while. It might not be available for us. I don't know what that's about. But, yeah, financial freedom is for me to be able to have something for mine and theirs, and not have to depend on anybody else.
Yeah. No, you said it perfect. I definitely agree with you 1,000%. For me, it's just like you said, just like having to wake up and not have to worry. Like you always feel like something like a burden is over your head. Or like you always got chase Peter just to get the Sam. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever. I don't want to have to live like that, and it's like tiring because it's like you always feel like you gotta reach to that next paycheck or you gotta touch that saving just to get you to that next day, and it's like you shouldn't have to worry like that. It should be. It's so much money out here that we have to invest, and I think a lot of us don't even know how to begin.
Financial literacy is not out there,
and
like
it's not taught either. And I want to touch on that as well, but it's that independency. And once we get that knowledge and that awareness that we can do this on our own, if we actually retrain our behaviors, then we'll be in a wealthier position. So I think sometimes we get too trapped about society acceptance and letting our other means take over our priorities, I should say, and we don't realize or have the discipline enough to stay focused on the real main things.
No, we talking about us, or we talking about us?
I'm talking about our culture.
Okay, we talking about us. Bet. So when it comes down to us, I think one of the main things that we have to focus on is unifying.
Right.
Because there's no reason why there are cities, neighborhoods that are predominantly black that do not have majority black ownership in the businesses that are there.
Right. Facts.
And if you start opening your own shops, your own corner stores, your own barbershops. I mean, think of the majority of the entrepreneurship world, the small business world right now is female. And it's black females. Estheticians, massage therapists, real estate. I mean, they get cooking. They get into everything.
Yeah.
So once you start seeing that they opening up these businesses and stuff, we need to start thinking about how we can take over
areas.
Have
ownership, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And we need to focus on like residual income, like having massive passive income, if
multiple
you will.
streams is
And
definitely
multiple
important.
streams.
That is
Doing
definitely
stock.
important.
A lot of people don't even know how to get stock or how to even invest in stock.
And they're making it easy nowadays.
Yeah.
They're making it easy. You got different
It's
apps out there.
Yeah, exactly.
That are out there that allow you to not even have to put a lump sum into something to do it. Like you can start out with 5 and then put into multiple portfolios that'll start, paying out. I mean, learn about your dividends, learn about your aggressive versus, moderate stocks and things of that nature so that you can start putting in to your future. So you have ones where you can do a stock portfolio for your future as far as 401k, retirement fund. Then you have ones that you can actively get into and buy and trade just for you to figure it out.
Yeah.
So
I kind of like feel iffy about retirement, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, I feel like it's all another part of like a scam, if you will.
Okay.
Just to make you work to a whole certain point, and then you get probably like a bit of a little on something, depending on your retirement. I know some people have really good pensions and have the best retirement
the whole
played
thing
out,
is, though,
but some people really be making the bare minimum. Like I mean, a lot of like elderly coming to my work like, yo, I'll get one lump sum for the month and that's it. And I have to stretch it out. And you shouldn't have to live like that. You should be able to like enjoy your time and be able to travel, be able to just splurge if you want and buy yourself all your hard work labor.
That's for the ones that actually have the opportunity to have a pension. Because a lot of them don't have opportunities for pensions.
Pension's gone. That's the thing in the past. I ain't haven't heard of pension in a minute. If you know something, then email me. But I haven't heard nobody having a pension unless you got like one of them good government jobs.
And that's what I was about to say. Yeah, most jobs that I think about when it comes to pension, it's either that company makes a lot of money, and they have stock, or they're major companies, and you can put into a 401k or a retirement plan or something like that can benefit your pension as well. But most businesses I think probably will offer you a 401k. But then, as much as we live in, like you mentioned before, check to check and things of that nature, because of how our spending habits are. Yeah. Can you really put into your 401k?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it's not even no point. Like, you might as well stack your money in the shoebox for all that. Like, go back to
put it in the mattress.
Or it's like I said, invest it. If you want to really like make an investment that something that people will always use, like oil or electronics. Like, that's not technology as fast as it is.
Understood, because the portfolios that I put myself into actually deal with that electronics and oil.
Exactly.
Water
is a great source. Start there, our natural source, water. Okay, and like
piggyback off with some of the major ones that's out there already.
And then go back to what you said: buying ownership of the property, making the block our community. That's why we don't owe anything. Every other nationality is in our community but us. That don't make any sense.
They not only in the community, but they keep it within their family.
Exactly, and that's why you said unity. That's the first thing you said. So that's the first thing. But having residual income and passive income is very important because it's like a net income from other resources and streams, and you can pass that on to your legacy, like your kids, and because of course we all going to get old and people going to pass away. So you want to have something to give and make sure they don't have to work for another corporation or business. They can work for their own, family.
That's a big thing though. Owning your own business and trying to get your kid. There was a thing back in the day. Yeah. People owned stores and their kids took over that. And then culturally you start going out and wanting to do different things, which that's perfectly fine. But at least keep somebody with that family business, because that's something that can be passed on and keep making money. And now a lot of things that happen with finances when it comes to families is they just drop off because nobody's taking care of them properly.
And that's crazy. That says a lot about
It's just where we are culturally right now.
Talks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have some type of like no sell out bond to your own people.
Jonathan and Ricky and James have about 5 generations worth of money behind them right now, and they'll have it forever, and their grandkids and their grandkids. But what do you got?
Yeah.
You know, like that's the whole
it's
thing.
nothing to show for it.
We got to start building it.
Yeah, we have some type of insurance. Okay, that's what they are called, insurance. Okay, so it's very important, and the reason why it's important because debt and credit, which go along with financing, kind of.
What a trap. What a trap.
Kind of put like a whole hold on your life. Like you literally.
We give this invisible money and you can spend it, but at the end of the day, I need that invisible money back from your actual.
And it hold you from getting houses, cars. Like you literally can't get approved for anything. Like the most you can do is probably get a secured credit card, MasterCard, which your money, which is
that's the most beneficial thing.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't realize that that's probably the best option to go with a secure credit card because you are spending your own money.
Yeah, and you still build your credit. Mm-hmm. So, just having that, like I said, literacy and that education, but that understanding of how to maximize your income and the success level that you want to be, you gotta develop and grow and level up.
When it comes to credit and having credit scores to be able to buy things as you get older, I think a lot of parents should start
young.
Yeah, you need to start investing in your kids to the point where employ your kids. Not saying that you have a business, but you can make it seem like you employ your kids by paying them through a bank account, which will start their outlook on credit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We should do allowance and having them build on that and learning financial responsibility. That's a big thing. So my kids, right. I was when they get old enough, 15 and 9, I think it is. I had a job since I was 15. So
facts.
When you start, I wish my father did this for me. Love you, Pop. I wish my father did this for me, where because of the industry that I'm in now, I know about saving 10% of your check. You know what I'm saying? I know about, having an emergency fund. I know about having an extra emergency fund on top of that. You have the tangible one and the one that's an actual emergency. So I want my kids to know, look, when you get that check, we're going to learn how to divvy this thing up. And then when you show me that you're responsible enough to do this all the time, and you build a habit of doing it because you know that you can spend your money on certain things, but it's not all of it. It's this little bit you got left. Right. You can live within those means. Right. And that's a big thing. Right. Living within your means. Mm-hmm.
That's very key because that's literally the steps of how to be financially freedom. And of course, it's growth and always something to get else done. It's like a snowball effect when you keep paying debt after debt. But it is a light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. So it is a possibility to be financial freedom. So that's very important to even teach because I don't honestly believe that most of the American, not saying all, because of course kids in private school or who are fortunate enough to get that education from their family or their teachers.
I don't even know if they get educated. I just think they fall right into it. That's the thing.
No, I think private school students get taught about credit and get taught about debt and get taught about taxes and get taught about finances and know how to build and work around it versus public school in poverty areas
where they don't teach any of that.
Majority of lower grade.
I had to go back students. For a little bit.
No, you good.
I'm a product of. So no, seriously, all right. So from 5th grade to 8th grade, I went to boys Latin private school, and even in middle school, they had conversations about balancing checkbooks. Yeah. But it wasn't how you think. It was in a math problem. Right. But even knowing that was a thing, it was just hey, Pop, what's this thing? Because I had this, and he actually showed me. So yeah, I got that lead in to it. And I don't think no, you're absolutely right. There's these public school systems. I ain't gonna get into that for real. Yeah, that's that whole system. It doesn't. You'll have any type of class of math problems, word problems, things of that nature that a teacher about candy, and God forbid, the lower base things of whatever they understand within their community.
Yeah, and I think it's very unfortunate because then we get kind of trapped in this illusion that credit is going to fix everything. Like we know we need credit, so we get credit cards, and we feel like we got this free cash and this free money, and don't realize that we don't have the means to afford everything that we are paying for, and knowing that we got to be paying before the time even due to pay just to have good standing. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if we was educated more on the public side, and it's not their fault for us to teach you because they probably wasn't even taught themselves.
Exactly.
This is a cycle of
learning by error. That's it.
Blind leading the blind.
Yep. You gotta make mistakes, and
so that's why we have to re-educate and read books. There's mad books out here. There's mad seminars. There's no excuse now. Like, it's so much information out here.
People out here trying to make it a thing. Like, I got a friend of mine, Stephanie. She started a business called Bare Budgets, and her goal is to bring financial literacy to the community.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
I mean, that's beautiful. You got to teach the kids. You got to get into high schools and start teaching them. You got lulls in education throughout the year where they're teaching to standard and not teaching you life lessons. And why not go in the midst of that and say, hey, can I come in here and teach your kids about this?
Yep. That's very vital. That's very important. That's a salute. And do you think, in your opinion, being an entrepreneur yourself, is the best or probably the only way to be financially free?
To be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, like as an entrepreneur, like using your own, like I said, money, getting your own resources, making a network. No. Is that like the only way to?
It's not the only way. Okay. It's just you have to be educated about the system. If you use a credit card, but don't sit there and start buying things unnecessarily, and you can't afford it. Yeah. It's like if you go out there, cool, right? I mean,
come down to like
if you start out, and I did this. I wanted to do this with my sister when she came back home to Maryland. She lived like in Chicago for a little bit, and I said, when you come back, I'm gonna try to help you establish your credit. Now we haven't done it yet; it's still a plan, and I'm gonna do it with my kids too. Open up a credit card in their name. Use that to buy gas, buy groceries. You have a budget. You should have a budget already.
Amen.
So if you have that budget set already, use that credit card, pay that thing, and then use the money that was already budgeted for it to pay off that credit card. That builds them credit already.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why you can't be a part of the system, but then be financially free as well. So you have the means to use it, earn the credit because you need it, and then be able to have that low APR when you want to get a house, or low APR when you want to get a car, whatever else you aspire to get. And no, entrepreneurship is a great way to do it. It's hard, quite the hustle.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes, like for me, I know for sure hitting that credit hard because I done taken a couple hits.
Right off on your taxes.
You gotta spend money to make money.
Facts, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And hopefully, you hustle hard enough to make that up. But you ain't gotta be an entrepreneur just to do it. But you do have to understand how money works.
That part.
You gotta understand how money works.
It's so important to learn, like I said, investments, business, like anything percentage-wise that you got your name in, ownership. You have to know every details, read every contract.
Know what to put your money into.
Exactly. Not everything glitter is gold. Like, literally listen to your gut. All that comes into play. But it's important to still make those investments because, like I said, you're going to build that rapport and then you're going to have something to leave just free. Like, pay all your debts, pay everything off, and just, like, build off that, make other business moves. And honestly, I think, like you said, it is one of the best ways because you feel like it's your money. You don't feel like you have to owe anyone. You don't have to loan any money from anything. Like, you did it kind of like quote unquote self-made in a sense. And
when you are an entrepreneur, you actually start looking into those multiple streams as you mentioned earlier about having passive income, residual income, things of that nature. Like you definitely start having those avenues to bring in consistent income so that you don't have to worry about. I mean, you'll be that guy or woman that's out there like, yeah, I want that, and pay cash, and that's it. You don't have to worry about payments and things of that nature. So yeah, it feels good to do that.
Yeah,
it definitely will feel good to do that,
and
not be a slave to the system. Exactly.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible though for all Americans to become financially free?
When you stop.
There will be a such day in time in history.
You get rid of this 1% and then we can, you know.
It's always a 12% somewhere, right?
You get rid of this top 1% that owns everything, who saturate the industry, and then we can start talking about everybody.
From what I heard, it's 3 big families that control the whole America. Like you got the Rockefellers and you got 2 other people, I don't know, but probably the
you think about the overall umbrella of those families, and then the corporations that they own, and then the multiple corporations under them.
That's what I'm saying.
All that money siphons into the same people, and it's just like, it's no matter what you do, you fall back into that because they make it so appealing. You know what I'm saying? So when you start thinking about us, radio shows,
right?
You know, then this expands into something larger, and then that expands into something larger, and focusing the money and streaming it there, that it benefits everybody else. So then we become one of the top 1%.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that top 1% for us has to be unselfish.
Yeah.
There's no reason why a billionaire, trillionaire cannot pay his workers properly. An honest wage to live an honest life.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And I think it deals with power, like you just mentioned, and taking those steps to be in those positions. We got, like you said, spend money to make money to get a seat at the table. But if we have a seat, we are still have a voice because we are now a part of the ownership of that company. We have a say. It's definitely going to take time and unity.
I mentioned that to a coworker the other day. I said, you know, as much as we are a percentage of this country, we need to have an equal percentage.
Yeah.
And that came from me watching, what is his name? His name. I'm off it right now. I was watching something on Instagram, and he had alluded to, or he actually said, if as much as we are a part of this country, we need to be an equal portion of all facets, financially, government-wise. We need to be an equal part in that.
Yeah, it's very important. We're going to get left behind. Like, simple as that. We're going to get left in the dark. And
I got to give him a shout out because I got to remember his name. I really do.
Like, post a video and I'll tag
I'll
repost it, like, on In the House. He shouts you out. But these are, like, some of the steps that, like, you know, baby steps people could take to become financial freedom. Build, like you said, an emergency fund. Start off with a stack, $1,000, people. Okay, you can get a couple steps. What's up? You got it.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Killer Mike.
Shout out to Killer Mike.
Killer Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike. Does he put them points out there and make you think?
Yeah.
He put them points out there and make you think.
Inspiration speaker. Like,
watched him on that panel and was blown away because he will tell
the keys.
He will tell you and everybody and your mama.
Yeah.
Make you listen.
Yeah.
No
because
cartel.
It's no excuse. Like I said earlier, it's no excuse. This information is out here. We have to stop trying to blame whoever and just get ourselves in check. Get ourselves in order because we have to win for ourselves and come out our own whole. That's the whole purpose. Like,
but we gotta want it though.
Exactly.
I mean, that's where unity comes in. You gotta see it and you gotta believe that that's possible because the way they feed the stuff to us now, they make it seem like it's nothing attainable for us because we're so broke. Like they'll feed you this disease message all the time about how we can't do, and we can't unify, and we can't do this and that, and they start to believe that.
Exactly.
And until we have a good, you know, system behind us of people who can force you to believe that, it ain't gonna happen.
And the thing about what you just said, we prove people wrong every single time. Day. So why do you believe that mess? I don't understand that.
I don't get it.
It's proven.
You got culture vultures out there. Our whole way of life has been abused and used for the betterment and for entertainment. Like you can't take my culture and use it to make money off of it and then not give me credit.
Right.
I done seen so many articles recently,
they do that
man.
all the time.
Especially when it comes to the biggest one that used to piss me off, the hair. Boy, if I see another white girl do a hairstyle and call it something else, and I'm like, you gonna tell me that you wasn't doing this the whole time? Come
facts.
on now.
Facts.
Y'all taking money out of our hands.
They were doing that like music from Bin. You know what I mean?
People sue for, defamation of character. They'll sue for,
there we go.
Copyrighted stuff. Now, you can't copyright no hairstyle, but that appropriation, give me credit though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And still running up our pockets. And we still
buying it right from them. Buying it right from them.
Yo.
Your cousin is a hairstylist. That's what I talk about with the entrepreneurship. These women out here, your cousins, your mothers, your aunts, your sisters, y'all are out here, your brothers, y'all out here making money the same way that they do, but your community won't put money into you.
That's crazy.
How many times you heard black people talk about Dominican hair salons? How many Dominicans talk about Dominican hair salons?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's wild
it's
to me.
Crazy.
I don't get it.
It's crazy. We got to stop, y'all. Once again, okay? Step 2, pay off all your debts using, like, the debt snowball. And I love the debt snowball. That was, like, brought to my attention from a finance book. But it works. Like, start off small. Everyone kind of freak out because they think about all the bills that they have to pay and everyone they owe, and student loans is up to the ceiling, like whatever. Like, start out what you can manage and work your way up. Like, that's the best way and the most smartest way. I think most effective.
One of the ideas that Stephanie she had told me about, and I mean it helped. We get paid. Typically, everybody gets paid, bi-weekly, right? So start divvying out your pay
your
that
bills,
way.
Yep.
Start doing it so that you pay instead of paying. You get so bogged down by thinking you about to pay a lump sum or something, and
exactly.
It breaks your heart to see that money go. But if you start paying half and half to equal that whole monthly, allotment, it makes your money stretch out a little bit better. It makes you feel like, all right, I can actually afford this stuff. Now, don't go out and try to do something else on top of that.
Right.
But if you stretch it to that first check, you'll pay half that thing. And then that second check, you'll pay the other half of it. You know how to work it.
Exactly.
And as much as you pay down stuff, it takes off the interest.
Exactly.
If you're paying something down, it actually it helps it.
Going up.
It looks positive. Everything that you got to worry about, it has to be positive.
You got to go on a trip, whatever. Like, you're just in a better space. But save 3 to 6 months of expenses, like you just were saying. Like, literally have a savings. And that's 15% of your house income into, like, your retirement. Like, if you don't have a great retirement, save one for yourself. Like,
and paying on your bills and stuff that way will actually allow you to put a little bit of extra something away.
Right.
And that's the first thing. You have to pay yourself first. You got to pay yourself first.
Save 10% of your income, man. It's 10%. Like, start with 5 if you don't want to start with 10, but at least start somewhere. Like,
as soon as you get that check,
for real, like,
save that 5 and then
you
work
don't
with
have
the rest of
discipline,
it.
okay? Pay off your home early. Pay off, like, have your ownership. Buy your land. Like, so that when they try to gentrify the neighborhood, you stand your ground, all right? But
see how well that worked, John Hopkins.
Exactly. Most importantly, give back. If you are financially stable and everything like that, give back, because everyone needs you. Reach one, teach one. You feel me? Someone is always less fortunate than you are. Facts. Always.
Owning that property. Yeah, man.
That's the most important, right? Owning that property, because
building that equity. That's what it's about.
Hey, Beyonce said it. I listen to her all day, so yeah, go ahead and get that. So we're gonna get into you. Who up next, Mr. Najee? Okay, starting your whole business, the Ebb and Flow
Ricky.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not familiar. Please get me educated. Reach one, teach one, me. Tell me your whole background, how you got inspired into this business.
So everybody goes through a journey in life, and mine was just typical. It's nothing extravagant to talk about, but everybody, I think, goes through a dark time that they want to get out of. And in my dark time, I had to find a way to get out of that, and I used spirituality to do it.
Okay.
My brother got me into it. He's a Reiki master. And pretty much what Reiki is an energetic and a spiritual healing that allows you to pretty much, take anything that you've got in your life and it brings it to the forefront that you actually deal with the issues. So, if you got anything going on where relationship wise, which was one of my biggest things, you start to look at what's going on with your life. You start to look on accountability.
Right.
And
that's big.
Reiki is one of the things that helped me get to where I'm at now. Like when I talk about abundance, when I talk about manifestation, when I talk about, being in a better place, it's all because I decided to actually look into myself and take that journey.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How does the stone have this like power of energy
so all
to
things
heal people?
All things have energetic vibrations.
Okay.
And like everything that you deal with has energy. And this is even from ancient times. No matter what religion you claim, they have used stones in it.
Okay.
So like you see any type of crowns, you see any type of staffs or amulets or things of that nature, there is a stone in that, and they use those to aid in the healing.
Okay.
So your energy, stones are energy, crystals are energy. They all have energetic vibrations that feed off of the other. And when you think about your prayers or your intentions, depending on how you want to look at it, whatever your religious background is, what you say, using your words, your intentions, your thought processes, that is also energy that's put out into the universe.
Right.
So your intentions are very much as powerful as the things around you. And it doesn't have to just be stones. You know what I'm saying? Like you can use anything that you put your intention into. It's all about intention. You can use anything that you put your intention to help you out.
Wow. Is that like kind of in the sentence why people kind of, how they get like ditto dolls, like little fake dolls, and they kind of put like nails in them? Is that the same essence? Or
when it comes to like practices of hoodoo and voodoo and things of that nature.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get me. One is a religion and one is a practice.
Okay.
So you'll grow up and hear people say it because it rhymes and it sounds funny and they try to make fun of it, like voodoo stuff. It's actually two separate things. So and yes, it's a practice that is used, and that is one of the intentions behind it, that it actually sends those intent, just like a person who grows up Christian or Muslim.
Yeah.
Your prayers are intentions.
Exactly.
So whatever you intend to put out there, that's hopefully what you're putting out there for
yourself. The universe to catch it.
Which is why karma is a big thing. Make sure that
she's real.
Make sure that you're doing right.
She's definitely real. So do you normally, going back to the crystals, and you saying going to your spirituality, do you say like a prayer or go into like a meditation before you choose a certain crystal or stone? Like, what is your forte?
So if I'm doing a treatment, I'll use my there's a set that I use that are associated with the chakras, right? And then if I'm doing anything personal, there's a plethora of rocks and crystals and stones out there that you can do research on, figure out what their properties are and how they resonate with you. That's another big thing. So when you talk about healing, you want to talk about intentions, you want to talk about resonation. If it resonates with you, sometimes if you really break it down and take your time, you can hold stones in your hands. Or think about it. When you walk around and you're attracted to certain energies, what you're drawn to, pay attention to that. Okay. So if you go into a store and you're like, I need to go look for this, but I really want to go over here, and then you're looking at that thing, maybe you should go look at that thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like you go into a metaphysics store or something like that, and you start going through the different stones and stuff like that. If there's one that you're drawn to, hold it. Think about it, research it, figure out how that pertains to you and your situation. That's when you start digging deep within yourself and be like, I didn't know I had this issue. Right. I didn't know this was a problem.
Right. And then you start like because each stone and crystal have a different meaning.
Well,
right?
They have different meanings, but a lot of them have the same associated meanings. Like, okay, so take your heart chakra, for instance. You have green aventurine, you got rhodonite, you got rose quartz. Those three are associated with that chakra. However, all three of them have different things within them that can benefit you better than the other. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to do, more hard work to get you to receive love, you use a different stone. If you wanted to do hard work to try to put out more, as far as I don't give enough. I mean, I'm always taking people's crap. You know what I'm saying? Why can't I receive good love? You might want to start doing, and you can use them in combination. You can use stones in combination. Everything has a purpose. Everything has different meaning, but they all work because of your intention.
And you mentioned chakra. I read something about like the 7th chakra.
7 main energy centers in your body.
From your crown to your third eye.
Your throat, your heart, sacral. I'm sorry, solar plexus, sacral, and your root. And from them, all your energy meridians out towards your extremities and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where you kind of put the stones and crystals there, or like how that.
So as I said, like if I'm doing a treatment and I say if I want to do a general chakra balancing, there's a way that as an attuned Reiki practitioner, you'll feel energies. You can do what we call a scan over a person's body, and as that, I guess, works with you, or you feel whatever vibrations you feel, however energetically, because everybody feels things differently. So if you feel like you need to stay in a certain area, you know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing about Reiki is it works for your best good, and it's not selfish. So you can't say, hey, I'm having problems with this, and I go to work on that, and it may not go there.
Okay.
There's something else that you need to work on. You may think that I need to work on,
That's deep.
my heart, but it's like, nah, bro, you need to work on your root.
Right.
You need to be secure first before you start working on this thing.
Right.
So it goes where it's needed, and it works for your best intention. I'm just a vessel for it.
Right.
So yeah, when it comes to the stones, if I'm doing a general chakra balancing, I'll figure out which of your chakras need the most work, and try to intend for that energy to stay there and work through you.
How do you know which chakra? Like, do you feel like tense in a certain area? Like,
okay, so
you just feel this, like, are you just psychic right now? You just do it's
no, not a psychic thing. All right, so say if you ever close your eyes or been having somebody in your area, but when they're by you.
Yeah,
right.
You feel something.
Exactly, and that's
close.
pretty much what that's all that is energy. You feel energy, and sometimes you'll realize, as you're doing a scan, you'll be like, all right, I'm feeling a little bit. I may feel a tingle. I may feel a sting. It may feel hot. It may feel cold. You know what I'm saying? So depending on the person and how that energy starts to come through with me and that person, that's how I know where I should. And the more you do it, the more you start recognizing what resonates with you as a practitioner.
That's deep. So talk about the journey of how the gemstone bracelet started as well.
So yeah, when I got into Reiki, I started doing research on different ways that people use spirituality, right? And one of the things that I saw a lot of people doing was wearing jewelry that would help them. So I started doing research on gemstones and trying to figure out what happens with, like you said, like what gemstones go with what, how does that work?
Right.
And when I got into it, I was like, well, if I'm gonna look into this, I'm gonna do some real research and figure out what's going on. That got me looking into, like I said, some stones work together. You can put ones together that benefit you, or you can put ones together that start counteracting each other. You have to know
chaos, right?
Exactly. And some people are just putting gemstone bracelets together, and it's just like, what do you want? Oh, well, I want this one, that one, and that one, and that one, because it looks pretty. And it's just like, well, let me help you realize that and that don't work well together for that intention that you have. So I started really doing some research about it, and I mean, my whole thing is, once I got in to being a Reiki 2 practitioner, I started looking at the benefits, the metaphysical benefits behind things. Okay. So it's like, if you are having, throat problems, your voice is crackling, or you can't speak up at work, or you are too aggressive with your speech, then what stones are associated with that? How can that work for your benefit to balance that? So that's when I started getting into really heavy into gemstones and doing jewelry for it. I've seen people have the loose stones that they'll make dependents for and stuff like that, but I got into the bracelets first. Like the one I'm wearing right now is.
So describe your bracelet. What you have? You got some earth tones.
So I got
some black
Tiger's
powder.
Eye.
Oh, Tiger's
Uh
Eye.
Tiger's Eye and obsidian and hematite. So your Tiger's Eye is a stone closely associated with your sacral chakra, your creativity, your sexuality, things of that nature. Hematite and obsidian are associated with your root chakra for balancing. No, when it comes to your security. So how safe do you feel in your creativity? How safe, when it comes to the combination of these, how safe do you feel? How protected do you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hematite is a good grounding stone.
Okay.
Grounding stone meaning that it helps you pretty much stay sane.
Like
there's a lot going on around you. You want to protect your energy. You don't want to be out there doing crazy stuff, going crazy because everybody else's energy. It helps to just regulate that energy around you, so you're not being affected by everybody else's stuff.
Exactly. So, what about that crystal around your neck?
This is obsidian as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I keep that around. I was gonna wear my black tourmaline, but I didn't feel like it.
Is that your favorite? One of them?
Yeah. Absolutely. As far as in this time of my life, yeah. Okay. So just mean like if I'm around a lot of people, I make sure that my energy is protected and I stay as grounded as possible. Yeah. Because a lot of people can tend to get you a little rowdy sometimes.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to maintain that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You gotta protect, like you said, your energy, your space, your whole goal. Speaking of goals, what is your intentions for this business bracelet?
Honestly, I'm aspiring to bridge the gap between spirituality and religion and how that all works together. I actually watch a lot of tarot videos, and of the people that I started watching, the way that they do their prayers and stuff, it's like, oh, you're a Christian and you do tarot? Right. Oh, you're religious as well. And people don't understand that. You will be taught that anything outside of the constructs of religion is paganism, it's witchcraft, it's this, it's that. And we're slowly, as a people, getting away from religion and getting back into spirituality, ancestral worship, and things of that nature. What I want to do is be a person that bridges the gap. So if someone is looking for help and the church isn't helping, because you can't pray your way out of everything the way that the church does. You know what I'm saying? You can't lay hands and think it's going to be a miracle. You actually have to do some work. And one of the things is you have to be accountable for that. So when it comes to spirituality, it's a wider spectrum of you looking into all possible avenues of what's going on with you versus you just saying, maybe my faith is faltering. This is why something's happened. Absolutely not. Right. Make sure that you're looking into all things that's going on with you and take care of those. Your faith isn't faltering. It's actually working for you. Yeah. Listen to it.
Yeah, that's deep, man. Like, I feel like we need that's an intimate space to even have and to even identify with, to even know.
Grew up Catholic, converted to Islam. Now I'm doing spirituality, and it's all the same thing.
Touchy. It's so touchy to talk about, and people get so sensitive because you don't want to disrespect the higher power in any way. But it's just like it's no, like you said, boundary, no middleman, no gray area. It's just literally white or black. So we definitely need to bridge the gap on that, so people can feel accepted in all aspects, religiously, spiritually, whatever the case may be, and find that inner peace. But where can people find your particular bracelets or get one made? How can they?
So via the Ebb and Flow Gym Instagram page. I also have my Ebb and Flow Gym Facebook page as well. I'll leave it on the site for you, so you can go ahead and try to put it out there for them. Okay. I just got a massage table, so I'm going to be mobile and start doing Reiki treatments. Like I said, wow. I want to be able to travel more to get out there to people, because not everybody is able to create a space for themselves.
Exactly.
One more thing. So we asked about the bracelets, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I got something for you.
Show and tell. Make me a bracelet. Do you feel my energy? Do you need to
We can we can set that up.
Feng shui, whatever. Candles lit. Now I'm just gonna set the mood now. I'm joking. But
so along with the bracelets, right?
Oh, gifts.
I started what I call the altar box. So what that
altar
is a set of candles that's associated with your chakras.
Oh, okay.
So you'll get 7 candles.
Yeah.
You'll get bundle of sage, Palo Santo.
Let's show the world.
Yeah. Try to set that up for them. They can see that you got your crystals. You got the cards.
Nice.
I actually created all of these cards. So
what? Shot glasses? So
look, when you finish burning them, you might want to take a celebratory shot.
All right, cool. This is perfect. I'm gonna put this over here.
All right. So it comes with 2 informational cards. They let you know about meditation and crystal healing. And then you'll get a set of stones that come with it with a tumble bag. Excuse me. So associated with your chakras, yes. So you'll start at your root, red.
Root.
Oh Lord have mercy! Drop the thing.
Did you drop them
all?
I got it.
All right. Yep. But so that stone, carnelian, is associated with your root chakra.
Okay.
The next one over is going to be your sacral.
I got you.
So
beautiful. And this is for you said your sexuality, right?
Yes, sexuality and
and
your creativity. You can be creative sexually too, so I'll put that in there. Yellow. Yellow is going to be your solar plexus that deals with your personal power, your willpower.
Come on, y'all.
You gotta be steadfast in what you're doing, right?
Exactly.
Obviously, green deals with your heart, giving and receiving. Making good decisions.
Right. Some people think with their head, not their hearts, and some people think with their heart, not their head.
Absolutely. So.
We gotta be one, people. All right, blue.
Where we going here? I need to find. Is that other one in there? Here we go. Nope. Cannot. Yep.
Hey.
So you got your throat chakra.
Me.
Communication, obviously.
Yes.
Expression.
Yes.
Hopefully positive expression.
Okay.
Your third eye.
Right here, you guys.
Amethyst.
Right?
You're yes.
Awareness.
You have to be aware. Your higher consciousness.
Okay.
And then
crown.
Your crown. So the clear quartz is one of the most general and most known stones as far as amplification of intention. So I use that stone instead of putting amethyst with the purple, the color association and stuff. But I put that one with your crown because your intentions coming from the third through your crown should be amplified the highest. So I do it that way. Each of these cards, once again, color associated with each one tells you the element associated. There's a mantra on there for you to repeat. And then it tells you
affirmations.
Exactly. So like for instance, the crown, your higher 3 chakras, your crown, your third eye, and your throat are going to be of the ethereal element, space and time, cosmic. So for the crown, you got I am light and love. I am open to and connected with the divine wisdom. Wow. You can repeat that mantra. In your meditation to enhance, your connection with the divine and within yourself. Mm-hmm. So you have that, and then you got your sage.
Burn it.
Got your Palo Santo. Very pungent. I would only recommend to.
This get all the bad spirits out, right?
Get a negative energy out.
See, I'm on it. What is this?
And Palo Santo is more of an energetic energy, friendlier energy, and it's a very aromatic. Palo Santo literally means holy wood.
Okay.
So it's
this is this week.
It smells good. Smells better than sage, I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, when's that? I just smelled it, y'all. I thought it had a scent to it.
It's been in it. Well, actually, let me help you out. We're gonna. This is a gift as well. So, for you, and when you open it up, it smells so good.
Oh, what's
Wait, I'm gonna let you open it up so it can hit you real quick.
See my video. It do smell good.
So that's that Palo Santo. That actually is a very.
I feel peace.
You might want to. I mean, you could burn that for your everyday morning intentions and things of that nature. So you definitely want to be able to
Absolutely.
Start your day off on a positive note.
Mm-hmm. I love the fact that this is rainbow, which also means unity, right? Okay, and literally, it's our chakras. So we need to be one. People, listen, meditate, pray. Get your crystal, get your gemstones. Okay, get your therapy, whatever. Call my mans up.
I'm here for your highest and best good.
Okay.
We
might
gonna
say
get
a
you
prayer
right.
with you. Might get some cards out and get some spiritual affirmations. We need this in our community. So I just want to thank you.
Say it again.
Okay.
We need this in our community.
For us as a black man. Okay. This is amazing, and I would love to get a crystal and a gemstone. So we're gonna have to definitely. I'm about to come.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna figure out what stone.
Absolutely.
Go best for me. I'm more of a hippie, spiritual, peaceful person. Sometimes I can get a little crank. So we don't know. I might be.
We gonna mellow you out. We gonna mellow you out wherever it's needed. Cause the energy might be. Look, we need some of that. We need some of that good energy. Some people need that.
Yeah.
Some people need that.
So we might get a stone in my boobs and make sure I'm just reflecting off all negative energy everywhere I go. So appreciate you for coming on. I love these candles. I definitely want them all now. Like I feel like I want the marbles with the candles too. You gotta sell that as a collection. Like,
hey,
like
everything
seriously.
is up for a little adjustment when it comes to it.
You get on your website, right? And get this box.
Yes. So
amazing.
Going through Ebb and Flow. If you have any questions about anything, I'm happy to answer all questions. I do respond to everyone, and I check up on everybody. So you buy something, I'm gonna do a checkup. I'll make sure that you're doing the right thing. I'll make sure that you look. You gotta. How do I burn the sage? I'm gonna tell you how to burn the sage.
Exactly.
And look, we gonna do it so it saves you money, because I ain't about taking your money and making it spend too much of it. We gonna do it so that we help you out.
You guys. Woo! Can't find that nowhere. Yo, shout out to you for coming on in the house.
I appreciate you having me.
Najee with the spiritual stones. Woo! I feel good.
You feeling the vibes right now?
I definitely feel the vibe. It's a vibe, okay? Shout out to everyone tuning in the house. I hope you learned something about financially freedom today, and hopefully you get set free. All right? This is your girl, Lady Merc. And make sure you tune in next week on RadioOnFire. But tonight, we're going down at Euphoria. Let's go. It's LGBT Pride already. Hey, yo, no, this is just stones, y'all. Let's go. Hey, yo, we out. That's lit, bro. We got to take a pic. Yo, thank you so much.